of International Business Management in University. I'm already in my final year, which means that I need to think what I have learned from these past 3 years and whether those lessons can help me to face and survive in a real business world. So therefore, in these presentations, as one of the students of Professor Dr. Casey Tan, I would like to share my knowledge and my experience using an actual learning equations taught by Professor Dr. Casey Tan. By using this framework, I would like to explain further regarding myself and my future career plan.
I start my presentations, I would like to give an opening axiom. Life is not about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself by George Bernard Shaw. So here are the echelon equations. For the what, I will explain about the holistic thinking of myself, and then I need to have a critical thinking and system thinking in explaining why I need to know about myself, who I want to be, how is my plan, when will I achieve it. However, my plan might goes right and wrong. Therefore, I need to know where my plan goes right and wrong. And knowing all of this, I can understand how much I can improve. Starting from the what, the questions will be what I know about myself. To answer the questions, I will use the Venn diagram of self-discovery, which consists of self-awareness, relationship management, and self-management, which later on will help me to develop myself. And here are the questions. To answer those questions, I will explain it using 3 levels of leadership development, which will test my capability in 3 big categories, which are individual competence, team capacity, and organizational capability. So for the individual competence, it will be seen through 3 tests, which are learning style, GAT test, and personality test. For the team capacity, it will be tested using Belbin's team roles. And lastly, to test my organizational capability, I will use leadership self-assessment test. Let's start from the first category, which is individual competence, and the first test, which is learning style. So from this test, it shows that I'm a reflector who likes to think about things in detail by observing all the possible angles and implications before taking actions and come up with a decision. This also means that I'm a good listener and evaluator. Besides a reflector, I'm also a theorist who likes to see how things fit into an overall pattern by understanding how new learning fits into certain theories logically and objectively. And I'm also tend to be perfectionist. Well, for the GAT test, since I'm a reflector and theorist, I got a high score in the need for achievement, which means that I'm a forward-looking person who is optimistic, persistent, and result-oriented. Besides, I also got a high score in the drive and determination, meaning that I can take advantage of opportunities, have a self-confidence, and equate results with effort. And lastly, my creative tendency is also high. It means that I'm an imaginative and innovative person, as well as I have a lot of ideas. Not only that, I also have a high curiosity over something, therefore I can enjoy new challenges. And for my personality test, it shows that I'm a perfectionist, honest, organized, and hardworking person, which related to the reflector character. And as an IBMer, I'm also value integrity, as it's shown by the motto of IBM. Integrity above all, professionalism comes next, where it can build a trustworthy among partner, which being represented by my full score in the consensus. Besides, I'm also an introvert person, since I can calm down and relax myself easily in a situation. And I score quite high for the agreeableness, meaning that while working in a team, I can adjust myself to the team's behaviors. And by adjusting myself to others, meaning that I'm also an open-minded person who likes to seek for a new experience and intellectual pursuits, which also align with my GAT test. In IBM, I'm mostly working in a team. Besides, I also have a lot of organizational experiences. Therefore, to test my team capability, I will use the Belbin's team roles. For this test, it shows that I'm a completer finisher, meaning that in a team I will be the one who compile, checking for errors, and complete the work. Since I tend to be perfectionist who have a high attention to details, which align with my learning style as a theorist. To support my role as a completer finisher, I'm also a shaper. Being a shaper, I tend to be the one who set the goal and direction in order to ensure that the team keeps moving and doesn't lose focus or momentum. And I'm able to work under pressure, have a high determination, and like challenges, which related to my personality types. Besides, I'm also a coordinator with supporting my character as a shaper, meaning that in a team I tend to be the one who lead the team focus by clarifying the goals, delegate the work properly among the team, and mature in making decisions. Therefore, in a team, I'm also an implementer who has a self-discipline, reliable, conservative, efficient, and capable in turning ideal into practical actions. And now, after knowing my team roles, let's see my organizational capability in leading others through leadership self-assessment tests. So from this test, it shows that I have the capability in leading teams and building relationships by communicating, negotiating, motivating, and inspiring. However, I need to improve my skills in leading teams and facilitating ethical conduct to others. And from those 5 tests, it can be shown that I am in the second level, which is contributing team member. Thus, I need to keep improving and developing myself to enter to the highest level. By understanding those levels, I can see my 4 key attributes, which will include in the self-assessment. I believe my 4 key attributes are reliable, integrity, detail-oriented, and curious. So, I am a reliable person who always be responsible to the job given and have a consistent good quality where performed. Secondly, I am a person of integrity, meaning that I am an honest, sincere, consistent, and have a strong moral principles. Besides, I am also a curious yet detail-oriented person, meaning that I like to pay attention to details, understand the causes and effects of any situations while also eager to learn something. After knowing about the holistic thinking about myself, in order to have the right planning, I need to have the critical thinking on why actually I need to know about myself through these 5 tests. So for the first why will be, why do I need to know my personality? Because by knowing my specialization, it helps me to check whether it's already aligned with my learning style or not. Why do I need to know my learning style? Because by understanding how I learn, it helps me to develop myself. Why self-development is needed? Because by developing myself, I can enhance, improve, and know the best way for me to develop others. Why do I need to know my leadership style? Because it helps me to know what is the effective way for me as a leader, what can I do and improve whether I'm more suitable to be led or being led by others, and I can understand the way to achieve my goal as the passport to the future. Why do I need to know the passport to the future? Because it helps me to face and understand the reality of the business world. So after knowing why actually I need all of those tests, I need to have the critical thinking of what are the next steps do I need to do after I understood and knew the reasons. The next thing that I want to do for the next 1, 3, 5, and 10 years after graduated from IBM are studying language, mastering accounting and finance, becoming an accounting analyst, and improving my knowledge as an accounting consultant, and at the end I want to become a chief accounting officer. And after having the critical thinking, I need to make the right decision. Therefore, I need to have a system thinking of my plan. So for the first questions will be, who am I going to be? According to my personality test, I believe that I have passion in accounting. Therefore, I would like to be an accounting consultant in one of the multinational companies in Indonesia. So basically, accounting consultant is a person who analyzes, interprets, and evaluates financial performance in a company with the purpose of improving the efficacy of the overall companies and giving advice as well as recommendations regarding the investment opportunities. And here are the requirements needed to become an accounting consultant. Well, I already have the intelligence, personality trait, interests, and motives. However, I still need to gain more knowledge, experience, and skills to become a qualified accounting consultant. So in order for me to gain those things which I haven't obtained yet, I need the support from people around me. And I believe those people who will support me are IBM's, companies, families, friends, and lecturers, especially Professor Dr. Casey Chan since he helps me to see things holistically. And after knowing who am I going to be, the next questions will be, how is my plan? To answer these questions, I will use the concept of IPO, which stands for Input, Process, and Output, taught by Professor Dr. Casey Chan. Starting from the output, which is talking about what I want to be. I want to be an accounting consultant. Therefore, to achieve my goals, I need to know and understand myself through these 5 tasks. And here are my result conclusions of those 5 tasks. And understanding myself won't be enough. I also need to have the strategy, experience in the business, and tactic which will be planned using portfolio program and also project. So here are the portfolio program and project. For the knowledge, as I will graduate from IBM soon, I plan to have my master degree and then I plan to work in one of the M&Es as an accountant, and following are my other plans in developing my skills, competence, and ability. And after understanding my competencies, I need to execute it by optimizing the usefulness of the time in developing my ability, skills, and competence so that I can reach the master level. After executing it, I need to keep monitor and control it using this KPI. Thus, it can be concluded that my future plan will be created after understanding myself and planning it using the building blocks of competence. And to achieve it, I need to do it step by step, which include experience and time. Furthermore, even though I have achieved my goals, I still need to keep monitor and control it using KPI. After knowing how is my plan, the next questions will be, when will I do it? So here are my plans for the next 1, 3, 5, and 10 years. In the year 2018, I will be graduated from IBM, and then I will study language in Beijing. And after that, I will improve my knowledge by taking a master degree in Stanford University. And then I will implement my knowledge by working as an accounting analyst in one of the M&Es in the US. After that, I will improve my knowledge and experiences as an accountant by working as an accounting consultant in one of the M&Es in Surabaya. And after that, I will become the Chief Accounting Officer in one of the M&Es in Surabaya. After having a clear system thinking of my plan, I need to have the right control, since my plan can go right or wrong. Therefore, the questions will be where it goes right or wrong. To know where it goes right or wrong, I will analyze it using contingency plan, which consists of insight, motivation, new knowledge and skill, real-world application, as well as accountability, in order to prevent something bad to happen. After knowing where it goes right or wrong, I need to have the lateral thinking in order to have the right analysis. Therefore, the next questions will be, how much can I improve from the lesson learned? So, in explaining how much I can improve, I will use the 80-20 rule. Currently, I'm still using 80% of my knowledge and competencies to get only 20% of success. Therefore, I need to improve myself in order to utilize by using only 20% of my knowledge and gaining 80% of success. And I need to have 6 thinking hats in order to measure success and become a successful accounting consultant. And here is my score. And for further explanation, I will use this disruptive thinking diagram, which consists of 6 thinking hats and 6 types of powers. Starting from the red hat for stamina power, meaning that I need to have patience in everything I do. And for the yellow hat, I need to balance my knowledge and my communications in order to get a connections. And for the white hat, I need to have a strong foundations, and then I need to focus and specialize my capability, which is as an accountant. For the green hat, I need to have an adaptive power, since every accounting standard in every country is different. For the black hat, I need to have a response power, which means that I need to plan and prepare everything in details. And I also need to think about the possible dilemma that might happen. Therefore, I need to be a risk taker who needs to sacrifice something over others. And lastly, for the blue hat, which is the execution power, meaning that I need to challenge and target myself to be different and beyond others by thinking holistically about how is my plan to achieve my target. Therefore, I can conclude that I need to have these 5 types of powers, which then can make me to have a disruptive thinking. Disruptive thinking starts from re-engineer the way I think, redefine the way I think, rethink before I act, reinvent, redesign, and rejuvenate. So that I can improve myself, expand my connections and network, improve my independence and creativity, improve my leading skills, improve my strategy or plan, and I can get what I have expected. Thus, in conclusion, by completing these action learning equations, I have explained about myself through these 5 levels of leadership developments, which will explain by 5 self-assessment tasks. And here are the conclusions of my task result. And basically, those tasks are related to one another. And by understanding those tasks, I can arrange and have my bright future career plan.
So, to conclude this presentation, I have explained about my patience, my knowledge, my experience, as well as my bright future career plan, using an action learning equation taught by Professor Dr. Casey Chan. Therefore, in this opportunity, I would like to thank Professor Dr. Casey Chan for every meaningful lecture that he has given to me, so that I can have a holistic mindset. And to close these presentations, I would like to give a closing axiom by Professor Kiyosaki. Successful people don't fear failure, but understand that it is necessary to learn and grow from it. Thank you!